Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Rick Wallace. I just want to stop by a brief moment and talk with you about the soon-to-be released documentary 7 a.m. that will be addressing the issue of developing and building wealth in the Black community, Black group economics, and the entire history of the economic castration of Blacks in America. I just want to talk to you real briefly about why it's immensely important that we come together as a group of people and view this documentary. It has been my it has been my battle cry for as long as I can remember when it comes to discussing issues in the Black community. I am keenly aware of the private prison industrial complex. I am keenly aware of the mass incarceration of our men. I am keenly aware of the miseducation of our youth. I am keenly aware of the disintegration of the Black family nucleus. And I can go on down the line of the different issues that we are facing as a group of people and talk about each of those issues in depth. And there is obviously a significant amount of topics that need our attention. However, it is unequivocally the most important need to discuss Black group economics. And this documentary goes into great depth of not only discussing the current issues that we face as a Black community, but it takes us through a historical process and context, explaining how we ended up where we're at right now. And that's extremely important when we are trying to get an understanding, gain a lucid perspicacity of where we at and how we arrived here. Because once you understand how you arrived at a situation, it gives you a significant amount of capacity to develop a plan, a program, a strategy to exit the current situation. And that's where we're at. We're at a situation where we definitely need to exit our current state of existence in this country. And the way that we do that is by examining the manner in which we arrived where we're at. This is why the documentary 7 a.m. is so important. It's because it doesn't just simply point to a problem that we have. It lucidly outlines the process that we went through to arrive where we're at. It was not by accident. We're not where we are by accident. We're not where we are because we're lazy. We're not where we are because we're incompetent. We're not where we are because we're animalistic or subhuman. We're where we are because there has been a system in place that has systematically orchestrated the situation in which we find ourselves, where we have not progressed at all over the last 150 years. When you look at the demographic development of the Black community and the growth of the Black community and the expansion of the Black population in its correspondence to the wealth that we own as a group of people, we have not progressed. In 1860, prior to the Civil War, immediate on the eve of the Civil War, the 300,000 quasi-free Blacks that were in America had amassed approximately 0.5% of the nation's aggregate wealth. We are now 155 years beyond that point. We are now in 2015, and we as a group of people still only own 0.5% of this nation's wealth. That is by design. And we have been willing participants in certain stages of the process, while in other stages we have worked feverishly to dig ourselves out of the pit, and we were forcefully shoved back in it. However, we will see those mistakes that we made. Integration was one of the most devastating forces to ever hit the Black community. The disintegration of the Black family nucleus was another thing that hit the Black community. All of these different dynamics play a role in the whole cascade of problems that we see, but it's all underwritten by our economic impotency, because we don't have, because we're impotent economically, we don't have any power economically, we don't have any true say-so in the affairs that in which we reside and we function in and we deal with. And so that creates the problem that we're looking at. When you listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Umar Johnson, and a number of the other people who are a part of this documentary, especially Dr. Anderson, as he explains how we ended up from where we were in 1860 to where we are now. And then he starts to talk about the fact that whites survive off of 85% of earned income, meaning that they have situations in which they're generating income, meaning that if they should die, they're able to leave that particular type of income to their progeny. And that is not the case for blacks. We survive off of our earned income, meaning that the moment that we die, that income low